Hello everybody, welcome back to Elden Ring. This one we're going to be going over the Ranni storyline quest. Apologies if this ends up being a little bit messy. This is the first time I've tried doing an episode like this where we're going to try and follow the questline all the way through. This one is long and has a lot of steps to it. To start her questline specifically though, now you may well have met her already down in the Southern Church, Ella, which will have given you the ability to summon spirit. I've set this up in such a way where she should say that she doesn't want me to work with her because we have progressed Roger's questline. So the first thing we're going to address is how we fix this. So if you're coming here fairly early in the game, if you've left it really late and you've got other interactions on your character, unfortunately I'm not like a complete and utter troubleshooting guide. All I know is what I know from 2 playthroughs of the game, and this is my 3rd technically. So the way this should work is because we are working with Roger and we've given him the black knife and now he wants to explore her curse mark, she will kind of get a feeling for this and deny us. Now we're going to keep all of the dialogue involving Ranni's questline in, so we're going to talk to her now.
Oh, again we cross paths. I believe I said my name was Renna when last we met. It pleaseth me to see Torrent hale and hearty, but tarnished. What business hast thou here? I have no memory of inking thee an invitation. I see. Quite the sleuth, aren't we? Indeed, I am the witch Ranni. I stole a fragment of the Rune of Death and used it to forge the god-slaying black knives through fearsome rite. I did it all. But sadly for thee, the curse mark thou seekest is not to be found here. I have slain the body I was born into and cast it away, and it is upon that flesh the curse mark is carved. And why should I reveal that to thee? I performed the act not to bury the past, nor in shame of the deed, but all the same, thy begging compels me not a jot. The curse mark thou seekest is not here. That is all I will say. Now, be gone.
So if you're in this situation and wondering how to continue the questline, the thing to do is to go and speak to Roger again. Now, I haven't covered his entire questline. Maybe I'll do that eventually. But for now, we're going to go back to Round Table Hold. Now, if you're getting this dialogue, I assume you already know that Roger is up here on the balcony, and we're going to go ahead and speak to him.
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need? I see. When Ranni shed her flesh, she shed the curse mark too. You know, not everyone would trust such a tale. But if she in her current form is nothing more than the living doll you profess, then perhaps it's true after all. Forgive the bluntness of the notion, but how would you like to become one of Ranni's vassals? Only in order to get what we want, of course. The location of the body which bore the curse mark, which right now I haven't the faintest. And the best way to find out is for you to enter her service and take a poke around on the sly. I know you've got what it takes. Not only are you a superb fighter, but people want to trust you. I've seen it.
So, with that done, we should... I don't know if we need to go to his proposition. Yes, here we go.
To advance our agenda. While in her service, you'll be able to take a poke around on the sly and determine the location of her original body that bears the curse mark. I realize that I'm asking you to put yourself in grave danger, but I know you've got what it takes. Quite possibly the only one, in fact.
So with all of that discussed with Roger, we can go back to Ranni's rise now, and she will find it quite entertaining that we want to enter into her service. So now we head back over to Ranni.
The curse mark thou seekest is not here. That is all I will say. Now, be gone. Oh, is that so? Thou wouldst render me aid? Is that thy proposal? Affording thyself opportunity to grope about for the curse mark's location, no doubt. Very well. There's nothing wrong with a well-laid scheme. What's more, if my past and past wounds beckon to thee, I am curious enough to see what thy destiny portends. I'll allow it. Enter my service, and good hunting to thee. Good. Then I ask we proceed with haste. There is, in my service, a half-wolven warrior by the name of Blaidd. I would have thee join him in searching for the hidden treasure of Nokron, the Eternal City. I have called for Blaidd to greet thee below. Take from him the particulars. Ah, and there wilt thou find Iji, my war counselor, and Salavis, preceptor in the sorcerous arts also. Heed not their peculiarities. Feel secure in gaining from them what advantage thou canst. I am sure the others will be doing just the same.
Okay, so right now that is us trapped here until we have in fact spoken to all of the characters that she's just mentioned. So we'll go ahead and head downstairs for that. This is Iji. You'll have likely seen him before.
Oh, then you must be the one. Lady Ranni has explained everything. The pleasure is mine. I am Iji, the Karian royal family's dedicated blacksmith and Lady Ranni's war counselor. I'm told that you are searching for Nokron with Blaidd. I will give you whatever guidance I can and pray for your success. Let us give all that we can of ourselves, together, for Lady Ranni.
Long time, friend. Blaidd, if you've forgotten. Glad to have you in the service of Mistress Ranni. Well, getting right to business. I'm still in Limgrave. The eternal city of Nokron lies somewhere at the bottom of this land. I'm planning to go below through the well in the Mistwood. See if I can't find the road to Nokron from there. I'm going below through the... See if I can't. Don't keep me waiting.
I see. You must be Ranni's new hireling. Yes, I've heard all about you. I am Salavis, preceptor in the sorcerous arts. I don't know what it is the mistress sees in a provincial tarnished like you, but since we have the misfortune of serving the same lady, I ask that you kindly try not to drag us all down with you. I reside in another tower close by. Come and pay me a visit, should you wish to be of actual service to Mistress Ranni. If it were up to me, I wouldn't waste my time on the likes of you. But who am I to stand against the wishes of my lady? I reside. Come and pay me a visit, should you. If it were up, but who am I?
So now that we've spoken to everybody, we return back up to Ranni, and she should now allow us to go back outside. This will cause both her and Rogier to go to sleep. It's kind of strange they both do that at the same time. I don't know what the link is supposed to be. So now we have an optional interaction with Blaidd underground, which I guess I'll put in his video. I'm trying to follow his questline as well separately, although this part probably will not be in that video now. So we can now go and speak to Ranni.
Allow me to forewarn thee. I shall soon enter my slumber, and it will be some time before I wake. This doll's body is not without its hindrances. Still, I have high hopes for thee. I look forward to the good news when I arise.
And you'll know that you've done all of the interactions that you need, because you'll now be able to fast travel again. Had we opened the map before, all of these would have been crossed out. So what this has done is it's given us access to Saluvis's questline, and because it's done that, we also now have access to Selin's questline if you are looking for hers, which can also be done now down in the Waypoint Ruins cellar. But to start it properly, you need to purchase all of Saluvis's spells from him down in his tower. That's obviously a completely separate video, so we'll be detailing that there. And Ranni is now done until we have defeated General Radahn. This will cause a meteor to hit the ground, a hole to appear, and give us access to some new zones and continue her questline. So we'll catch you basically in a few hours for that. Okay then, so picking up many hours later, and I've decided that the best time to actually progress Ranni's questline is once you have done Saluvis and the Dung Eaters questlines, which I'll have linked in the pinned comment. in the quest guide playlist. And the reason we want to go that late is because that's how we get the most rewards out of a single playthrough. The reason for that is basically there's an interaction you can have between Celavis and Dung Eater, and that'll just get you lots of rewards, such as Magic Crystal Scorpion and the Dung Eater armor set that you can see them wearing right now, or parts of it anyway, as well as Dung Eater's Ash Summon available as well. So I would click on those and then feel free to come back. It's going to be quite late in the game when we start doing this properly, and I apologize that's what you're going to do. You can obviously tackle this much earlier, but I just want to put that in there. In any case then, so we are currently just above the Knight's Sacred Ground. Don't get this mixed up with Nokron City. This is Nokron the Eternal City. This is past the Mimics here. This is the Hallowed Ground, Hallowhorn Ground, so to say, and this is Knight's Sacred Ground. To get down here, you'll need to defeat Radahn, who is in the southeastern, should I say, part of the map. I probably said this before, but this is like mega hours later, so I just want to make sure I've said everything I need to say. Once you've defeated Radahn, a meteor will hit over here, making a big massive hole that you can go into. So you'll use this, jump on down the hole, you'll make your way, this will bring you out just here, the Nokron Eternal City. You'll come through this way, defeat the Mimic tier, you come around here, and then you'll come across this way to this Grace, which is where we're going to pick up here. The reason I'm picking up here is because I want to do the drop-offs with you guys, and then I'm going to show you guys where we get the key item that we need to progress Ranni's quest, which is called the Fingerslayer Blade. So we're going to do some drop-offs just here. I know I'm looking all brave and stuff. I've done these drop-offs a few times in a row now, just doing all the different items and stuff down here. So don't mind me if I just kind of pass through a lot of gear and stuff. I suppose I should mention that the Mimic tier summon is down here. For anybody that wants to collect that, bring along a stone sword key. I'll get you that. And jump off this edge right here pretty quickly. Whee! That really looks kind of scary. So we're going to go straight up all this way. So the Mimic summon, which is basically allows you to summon a copy of you that basically has more health but less damage, is down there. That's where you put the key. We're literally just going to jump off over this way. Mr. Rollerball here is going to attack you. If you actually destroy that ball, it'll give you a larval tier, so I'd recommend defeating that as well. That's just not what we are planning right now. Coming out this way, use the Grace if you need to, but not really worried about this area right now. So we're just going to run on past. The most dangerous of these blobs in the middle here, because they can all turn into enemies, is that one, because that can turn into a giant, which isn't ideal if it happens to do that. We're just going to run past all of it because we only want the item purpose of this video, which is going to be in this chest right here. I think I've already collected it with the character I have. So collect it out of here. This will give you the Fingerslayer Blade. I'm just going to reset everything so I can get my fast travel availability again. So with all the enemies reset, for those that don't know, if you quit and reload the area, all the enemies will de-aggro and reset to their original positions. Press the R3 button to fast travel on a controller. I don't know what the PC control is. I'm sorry if that's something that you don't know. And that's going to allow us to fast travel back to Ranni's Rise so that we can give her the Fingerslayer Blade. Note that once you do this, she is going to kill Celavis. You will be able to still buy any spells or puppets from him if you've unlocked that ability. So I highly recommend progressing his quest to a point. Don't finish his quest to the point where you try and give her the potion that he gives you, because that will fail her quest and that's going to be real bad. Don't kill Celavis, that'll fail her quest, that's real bad. So yeah, that's all in those videos though. So I've said enough about that now, I feel like. So just, yeah, bear that in mind. We're going to go up here. Hello, Ranni, the actual waifu of the game. In my opinion anyway. Here we are.
It was thee, not Blaidd it seemeth. Even in my slumber I sensed it. It is in thy possession, is it not? The hidden treasure of Nokron. My thanks. Finally all the pieces are in place. Soon must I begin my journey. Upon the dark path only I may tread. Ah, but before I leave, I must entrust thee with this. Take it.
Hey, and that's how we are able to flip up the Carrion Manor area, which is cool.
My discarded flesh lieth beyond the seal unlocked by it, upon which is carved the curse mark of thy desire. I can fathom what thy purpose might be. Neither of us is welcomed by the brighter path. I see. You may leave now. It was but brief, but thou gavest me fine service.
She should leave.
What is it?
Okay, let's reload this. She should leave now. 1 second. So yes, she has now gone. This will mean that Sluvis is dead. You can pay him a visit if you wish to. I'm still unsure whether or not I'm going to actually add the revisit to the end of that video or not. At this point, there's not really a quick way down, but basically now in fact we can fast travel to here. The barriers on Renni's Rise will now be down, so that's where we're going to go next. Okay, so here we are. Renner's Rise, as you can see, no barriers. We're going to head on up the ladder. Something to bear in mind, on the way up in a chest will be the White Witches set, or Snow Witches set. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm not going to collect it in this video, just because A, I want to keep it there for later, and B, it just takes extra time. So just make sure you grab that on the way up there. I'll be doing a location video on it anyway. And then we can use this portal, which is going to take us to the next part of Ranni's quest. This is basically going to, like, effectively put you on track for a series of dungeons, because we'll pick up her statue, which will be over in this coffin just here. Miniature Ranni. And what we need to do right now is we need to sit at a grace and we need to talk to it 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and use this convenient one here.
Oh, a dogged fellow, aren't we? Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Ranni the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter.
Cool. So now we have the next part of the mission from Ranni, which will basically be in maybe an hour to half an hour's time. So basically what you need to do now is progress your way along this dungeon here. You'll come over this way. There's tons of stuff that you can clear out of this way. But you'll eventually come around to here. There should be a grace. I think it's about here-ish. And then through here will be like a mini boss. That's basically like a Red Phantom version of Blaidd. And that's where I will pick up with you guys shortly. Okay then, so as promised, here we are at the back end of Ainsel River. Or Ainsel River Main. I don't really know what you guys will end up calling this. I guess Noxtella makes sense. Either way, from the Noxtella waterfall basin, you can see just here we're going to be heading out this way, which is where we're going to have our Blaidd-like be. It's not actually Blaidd, it's just kind of very similar to him. Go ahead and deal with some enemies here. Just give me a second. Stop it. Okay, so with those defeated, I'll just pick up some loot, I suppose. But anyway, we're going to head on through. See our red-looking phantom here. I do not know whether or not this guy is here if you don't have Ranni's quest. This is my 4th time through here, and every time I've done Ranni's questline, I'm sorry, I don't know what happens if you don't have Ranni with you.
Thou art the last. Tell the two fingers.
As you can see, mega poise and mega damage. Like, the idea of trading with this guy, a bit crazy. Although, good hand fang does its work, as always. Guess we got a charge attack on you.
Beautifully fought. My thanks. 'Twas more of a challenge than I envisioned.
Challenge.
Now I can
I shouldn't laugh.
stand
He is pretty
before
tough.
them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blaidd and Iji I love them.
It's not the end. However, we do need to use that key. But before you use that key, I recommend, I'm not going to show you guys right now, I'm going to go do it myself on my own. But basically, we continue going forward, we'll come to a grace, right near the grace is a map fragment, so make sure you grab that. And then what you want to do is, you want to head to Renala's boss room, which is where I will see you guys next. Okay then, so once you're in Renala's boss room, your key will give you the Dark Moon Ring. This is required to continue Ranni's questline. So once you have that, go back to the grace that I just told you to go to, along with your map fragment. And the next thing that you need to do, and I already have Lake of Rock walkthrough, if you guys want to Google that. A lot of people seem to be finding this one pretty easy. But in short, you want to come all the way over here. There's another coffin right here, which is going to take you to a boss fight. And we need to defeat that boss before we can get to the next part. So I'll see you guys after that. Assuming that you have defeated Astel, which is the boss that you need to have defeated, you'll have come in through this room at the bottom just here. You'll have come on in. And now we're going to exit through the northern end. This is going to be a lift and will take us up onto Ranni's upper area. I don't know what else to call it other than Moonlight Altar. But until you've been there, that doesn't really mean very much for you, I don't think. So anyway, we'll get up here, get on the lift. Might as well meet you guys at the top. I've already been up there, obviously. And now we're pretty much in position to finish Ranni's questline. Be warned, when you first come up here, well, not when you first, but until you've beaten it, when you come up here, a dragon will appear in front of this church, I guess in defense of Ranni in some way. I've already done it just to make sure that we can get in here nice and easy. Once you're inside the church, you'll notice lots of starlight shards. These are useful if you want Celevis's puppets. They're a finite resource, so pretty good to get. Rest on at the grace if you need to. Shouldn't do for the specifics of this video though. What we're going to do, we're going to drop off down this way. Careful you don't drop too far. I'll probably put this on. Follow the cave all the way down, and we'll eventually come to Ranni with her ripped open 2 fingers. Kind of weird. I don't know what this is supposed to signify, but here she is.
So it was thee who would become my lord. Perhaps I needn't have warned thee. I am pleased, however. Thou art a fitting choice. I go now to the night sky. It is there I shall find mine order. I bid thee travel the path of the Lord, and once all is done, we shall see each other once more.
So at this point then, don't forget to pick this up. This is a trophy weapon and is quite good for int builds. And that is, for all intents and purposes, the end of Ranni's quest. All you need to do now is defeat the final boss. It'll be over here somewhere. And once you have done that, there will be a summon sign on the ground, allowing you to summon Ranni, which will give you her ending. I'm not going to spoil it here. You guys can do that on your own, but you have everything set up for her ending at this point. Hope that helps everybody out, and I'll see you all in the next video.